fell in the last hour and a half. Snowing at a moderate rate right now, but if you look up, the moon is out. Yes, we're having snow coming down, and the moon is out. So, yep, you have a moon that's out and snow. But also, if you look closely, there's some low clouds that are hanging around. See? You can actually see the clouds right in there, the brightness. You can just see the clouds right there. That's not from the power plant. These are just low clouds. You could actually see them over there. See? Now those low clouds are covering the moon. Yep, now the moon's basically gone. Those low clouds are not the ones that are producing snow. That's actually the cloud layer above. So the clouds that the moon was filtering through are the clouds that are actually producing the snow. So a lot of aggregates. So there's a lot of aggregation going on because it's warm. This is a very wet snow that's coming down. See? But if you look close, you would think, oh, that's ice. But look, it's actually not ice. It's actually slush. So temperatures are right around, I would say, 33 degrees. See, there's water dripping off the trees. So these are not ice. That's just snow that's sticking. Only reason it's sticking because temperatures are in the low 30s. We're right around 32, 33, just above freezing. It's cold enough that even though it's above freezing at ground level, maybe 1,000 feet up, it's at or below freezing. So it's snowing at ground level. However, the biggest snow event here in Oswego is not this event. This is only going to drop about 1 or 2 inches of snow. The main event is actually going to come down next week. Well, actually Sundays when we're going to get quite a bit of snow. So right now we have, I would say, 1/4 of an inch of snow, of a very wet snow that came down. If we were in the low 20s or in the 20s, we probably would have had an inch and a half on the ground, but this is a very wet snow. So the snowfall water ratio right now, I would say right now 1 inch of snow is about 5 inches of water. Or 1 inch of rain is about 5 inches of snow right now. So it's a very low ratio. Yeah, so it's a very, very low ratio right now. And that is why it's a very wet snow. Just enough to make, because the roads are still cold, just enough to make the roads a little slushy and snow covered. But the main event will come on Sunday. So this snow is going to change over to rain by the morning. By overnight, it's actually going to change over. This is the warm front that's coming in, actually. And the cold front will come through with some rain, and it's going to end as rain. But come on Sunday, Saturday into Sunday, we will get a secondary area of low pressure that's going to come in through the Ohio River Valley. And once it reaches the mid-Atlantic coastline, it will send a surge of moisture into the northeast, especially here in Oswego, where there's going to be some snow, but also some rain. Oswego is going to get about 3 to 4 inches of snow, while areas to the west could get significantly more. So the models have been shifting around a little bit. One model run said about 1 foot of snow. Another model run said a few inches of snow. It all depends on how far north the warm air reaches. If we're going to get a pretty strong low-level jet of warm air, while it might be colder at the surface, it's going to be mostly rain, maybe mixing with some snow. But when I say mostly rain, I mean at the onset. It's going to change over to snow. That'll keep the accumulations down to maybe 2 or 3 inches. But if it's going to be an all snow event and it's going to be in the low 30s, upper 20s, then we could see 8 to as much as 12 inches of snow. like we did with the previous storm on the 8th of January. Sorry, because the big storm actually happened on the 7th, right? Because I remember I came into New York City on the 8th of January, and then I left on the 9th. So yes, so it's going to be kind of like the 8th, where we're going to get a snow event. And then the very next day, it basically turned into like a warm-up and just... Actually, no, it was the 7th. The storm was on the 7th of January, where a foot of snow came down in Syracuse. That was about 13 inches of snow. That was pretty impressive. And even when I was in Oswego, I saw close to a foot of snow. Or it was 8 inches when I was leaving, but it ended up being about 13 inches in Syracuse before the snow ended. That was definitely impressive. So I don't know if this is going to be as big. It could be as big, maybe even bigger, but at the moment, I don't know. It all depends on the temperature profile, how much cold air is going to work in, and how much precip is going to come in. Because there's a lot of other factors at play, such as dynamic cooling, evaporational cooling, warm air coming in from the south aloft. So depending on all those factors, we can get a lot of snow, or it could be something more like this, where it's going to be a very wet snow that doesn't really accumulate much until the very end of the storm, when the cold air will work in on the backside. Right now, the winds are actually from the southeast, and this is the bus I'm going to take. So that's my bus. I have to go now. I'll make another video, I believe, tonight after I'm done with my homework, because I finally have access to my homework now. So I'm going to be probably doing my homework tonight. Thank you for watching. Bye.